Yesterday. You might be able to hear a bit of background noise. The kids are home from school, and Lexi. Oh, say hi.
Hi.
Lexi's going to do some craft in the background, so she's assured me it's okay, Dad. I'll be nice and quiet. So, high five, baby. What are you making?
Snowflakes.
Making snowflakes. When you're done, can you show us?
Yeah.
Cool. That'd be awesome. So yesterday was Sunday. We kind of woke up and again, we're going through a bit of a phase with Sterling at the moment, and it's pretty gnarly. So when we did get things up and going, there was a fair bit of work to do, and so we decided, you know what, we're just going to park it for the day. I'm not going to bother going to church, us heathens and all. And instead we're just going to hang out at home and get the house in order and stuff. So, so the kids had a wicked time. They played heaps in the playroom, and, you know, I did the dishes. Oh, that's right, yeah. And, hang on. Yeah, no, that's right, yeah. So the kids were playing in the playroom, and Beck and I did the dishes, we did the washing, we sorted out the books, we did the backyard, the front yard. There are a few like goals and that I've decided to put up to make it a bit more visual. Sorted out the tools, sorted out the office, and like what I was saying in the last episode or one of the ones prior, just around wanting to have everything in order now that I'm starting to get some other elements of my life in order, and it's more in order. It's not like my life's wildly chaotic, but it certainly could have a lot more structure in it. So we did that. I think the other thing as well is I'm realizing that, you know, a big part around leadership is wanting to make sure that our goals and the vision for where we're headed is really a lot more clear, rather than just being so, you know, shoot from the hip-ish. And so that's been really cool. And I think around, like, you know, I did a big dive into, you know, what is leadership, and I just started like listening to a lot of biographies, and I ended up listening and reading heaps of biographies from historically world leaders, positive, like, you know, good and bad. You know, like, for instance, I think that people like Napoleon are incredible with what they've achieved, but I would say that he's got great leadership skills. But as a leader, like, he was in it for him. That's not a leader, you know. I think the foundation of leadership is character and personal development, and not even personal development. That's probably like too cliche of a term. I would say probably more like, I think, personal leadership, where you go down the path of leading yourself. I think fundamentally is step one, and then you develop, and that's what creates the longevity. You know, is the depth of character, and then the skills that you have, and the skills that you develop on how to actually achieve certain outcomes. Well, that's the trajectory component, you know. So Napoleon, for instance, had incredible trajectory, but, you know, the longevity sides of things crashed really, really fast, and what he built kind of crumbled pretty quick because it was in it for him, you know. So like, I kind of did a big dive into that, and then, you know, now I'm like, okay, well, I understand ultimately it's about integrity and character first, so that people do trust you, and there's all these, like, and you're not doing it for that. Obviously, you want to have a life where you can hold your head high and all that also, like, not also, fundamentally, you know. And I think if that's your aim, then that's an aim that people can trust. And then it's the, you know, the art of influence. It's, you know, charisma is then subject to these other, the fundamental value of depth of character, you know. So now I'm going, okay, well, you know, yes, I can continue to develop my character, and yes, I don't think that it's something that is, you know, is ever done. I think you continue to evolve and create greater depth in your character, but now I'm kind of going, okay, cool. Well, I'll continue to work on that, and I think working on yourself is key. And now I'm wanting to go, okay, well, what about, you know, communication skills and leadership skills and all these other things that I want to continue to develop? Well, then those are the things I'm starting to work on. And so one of the things is, I want to start developing the art of like influence and persuasion, and I feel like that's part of it is sales, but also, you know, communicating and I guess communicating and aligning a team toward a common goal. You know, so that's kind of one of the next things that I'm like, okay, I think that's where I'm lacking. When if I take inventory around a lot of my skill sets, it's that, and part of that is okay. Well, I need to make sure that I'm able to have a clear goal and articulate the goal that we're headed toward. So yeah, there's a guy in Dave Clare that Julian Canny put me onto, and he specifically works with like vision and you know, communicating vision and articulating vision up and down the organizational hierarchy in your business, and integrating, firstly identifying then integrating the vision in throughout your whole business. It's expensive to work with, but someone that I'll probably end up working with in the near future. So so that's an interesting thing that I'm developing, or that I'm focused on at least. One of the things that oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. Yes, yes. So Beck headed out nice and early with Lex, you know, and so while the kids were playing in the playroom, I sorted all that out, which was really lovely. Lexi went, Beck and Lexi went on a date, and you know, so it was Tilly, and then Eliza, then Lex, and Lex is on. Yeah, I'll get to that in a sec. Sorry, it's a little bit distracting with all the kids in the background. I'm half expecting them just to like come through, busting the door open. You reckon they'll come through any second, hun? Yeah, I reckon too. So my attention's a little bit divided. What was that?
They'll be coming in saying, okay, bye-bye. Lexi just need you.
Yeah, here we are.
Okay.
I'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
That was my grams. So what we did, one of the things we wanted to do was, we love that the kids love reading. Lexi, do you love reading books?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your favourite kind of book to read, babe?
A craft.
A craft book. There you go. Well, obviously not going to put a craft book in your room, are we?
There already is a craft.
There's a craft book in your room?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what's in there?
A craft book. And,
Yeah.
It shows me how to make a Moana book.
Oh, I know, the Disney one?
What is that?
The Disney one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, so anyway, Beck put this like cube storage in the kids' bookshelf, and they you know, so we loaded that up and tidied up the playroom a little bit, so just decluttered it. And if there's one thing we're aware of, is that more toys makes it less fun because there's just too many options. So by removing some, then they're actually able to make a clearer decision because there's less options, you know. So so what we do is we put the books in their bedroom so they can grab books and jump in bed, which is really cool, and I love that. So anyway, kids hopped in bed and we finished tidying up, and then Sterling, I tried to hold him off as long as possible, but Beck ended up coming home. See you, Nan.
See ya, Nana. Bye. Have a wonderful day.
I love you, Lex. Hey, you guys are going to have to head off to Holly's very soon. I'll come join you after this, okay? So so Beck came home. They kind of interrupted Lexi and Beck's date, and so Beck came home and fed Sterling, and then they shot off again, and it was really fun. Lex, what was your favourite part about your date with Mum?
Doing the roller skating, I think.
Doing the roller skating.
Yeah.
That was really cool. She said that you did really well.
Yeah, I did.
What did you enjoy about it so much?
I enjoyed about it that Mum said that was, I've never ever made her laugh that much in her whole entire life.
I love that. That's really cool. You've never made her laugh that much in your whole life. So you guys just had lots and lots of fun.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I love that.
Had lots of jokes and
Lots of jokes. Yeah, she sent me some photos of you guys mucking around, and you got that. You made it look like you had big boogers.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sent me that photo.
So funny.
Yeah. No, so it's been. I know it's been really good for Beck to hang out with the kids and have that one-on-one time. You know, it certainly feels like there's a bit more depth of relationship. Do you feel like you're a little bit closer to Mum?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel after your date with Mum?
I felt really happy.
Sorry?
I felt really happy.
You felt really happy. Was there anything else you felt, or any other way to describe that happiness?
Well, at the start I felt really excited.
You felt really excited at the start of your date with Mum?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then?
And next I don't know what I felt like.
How did you feel after your date? Did you
really happy.
Really happy?
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, I like that.
At the day, I felt really excited because the surprise was in Boulder, and I was like, oh, I can't wait.
Because the surprise was what?
In Boulder. So
Oh, okay.
I've never done something in Boulder before.
Right, you were excited to go to Boulder and do something there. Yeah, that's cool. And then afterwards, you were just really happy that you got to spend time with her?
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that. Yeah, so that's really cool. Yeah, so anyway, so she came and Beck told me all about her time with Lex, and she said how much fun that she had, and yeah, I think everything like what Lex said was that there was so much laughter and what are you doing? Okay, there was so much laughter and stuff, which was really good for both of them. So yeah, so anyway, we after the naps and stuff, we headed out to good memory, yeah, to Jacob and Rochelle's place and the in-laws, and there were some funny conversations out there. Well, if you listen, I'll tell you. Well, you'll hear anyway. So, do you remember when Tilly asked me why?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah.
Why of what?
Well, we were sitting at the bench, and I was reading my book, and Lexi was colouring. It was like on a breakfast bar, and Lexi was colouring on the other side of it, in the kitchen side, and Tilly and Eliza had gone to the toilet, and Beck said, she was like, "Oh, babe, why are the kids in the toilet?" I was like, "Tilly, Tilly, Eliza, come here." And the first thing that Tilly said was, "Why?" And why do you find that funny?
I'm not sure.
So I was like, God, here we go. So I yelled it out, and I was like, oh, hang on. I said, excuse me. And then I was like, well, hang on. No. Then I realised, because we've been teaching the girls, Lexi, what's the most important question?
Why?
Why is the most important question you can ask? And so we've been teaching the girls that. And, and obviously, like, I'm sitting right next to Jacob, and he wasn't too happy with Tilly's response because it was very pointed, and I understand that from like a bit of an old school mentality point of view. And I explained to him, oh, well, actually, we've been teaching the girls about, why, and you're always allowed to. You can say yes, or you can ask why, right? Until it either makes sense that you shouldn't do it or you can do it. But if you don't understand, then you can ask why, and you don't. And Lexi, who? This is the other thing we've been teaching the kids. Lexi, who's the boss of you? Yourself. You are the boss of you. Nobody else is the boss of you. And so if you do something, then one, you have to choose to do it, and So anyway, so this obviously this doesn't really fly with the whole like old school totalitarian parenting approach, and that started a whole conversation around like, well, you shouldn't really maybe it'd be better that they just do what they're told, and then like they assess the outcome. And I'm like, nah, I think that you should be able to explain what's going on. And if you can't, then probably not. I don't know if that's the sort of person I want to work with, live with, whatever. Yeah. So that was interesting. So anyway, that, and then I've been reading this book, How to Make a Few $1 Billion by Brad Jacobs, and really cool. Yeah, really, really cool. One of the things that came to mind was the necessity of humility, and he talks about this one instance that he had. You going to show us?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah, come show us the...
This is the one snowflake.
That's your snowflake? Very cool.
This is the number 2.
Oh, that's a very intricate snowflake.
No.
Very cool. What else you got? I like that.
I have this one.
Oh, that's very, very patterned. Oh, you got lots and lots. Gosh, how many did you make?
This one.
Uh-huh. Wow. Very cool. It's a very small one.
This one.
Yep, that's a big square snowflake.
This one's my favourite.
Oh, the love heart snowflake. Did you a love heart in the middle?
This one.
Yep. Was that a polka dot snowflake?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then this one's
Big snowflake.
my favourite.
It's nice. Thanks for showing me, darling. That's very cool. I love seeing your creativity. Love you, babe.
Love you.
See ya.
Girl,
Can you shut the door? Oh, Lex.
Yeah.
Can you shut the door, please?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, darling.
Sorry.
Thanks, babe. I love how she would show the camera and then show my face, like this close as well. Yeah, dude, I just saw it. I hold so. She's so funny. Yeah. So anyway, but it was really nice. Jacob was sitting outside hanging out with the kids, and I said to him not long ago, Beck and I have really valued the time that he's been making to hang out with the girls, and I know that they've really appreciated his influence, and just hanging out with them. Yeah, babe, I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there. Yeah, I'll meet you there. Yeah. So, yeah, and he's been making a lot of really intentional effort to come and hang out with them and spend time with them, which has been really cool. So, he made this whole activity where he put up these reflectors around their property, because it's a pretty big property, and they used torches to shine, and the reflectors had arrows pointing, and it was really cool, and the kids got a massive kick out of that, and he was showing Lexi how to use the torches to identify spiders, because you can see the light reflecting on their eyes and stuff, and yeah, really cool. It's been really cool. So yeah, so then they did that. And, oh, yeah, that's right. This was a bit of a shit one in the night. So we came back home, and I told Tilly, I was like, oh, Tills, you've got school tomorrow. And she just started crying, and she was really scared to go to school. And I was like, yo, what is this? And I find it so interesting how, I know Tilly's been dominating a lot of the conversation around and I think Beck and I are just very aware of the I guess, lack of nuance, let's call it that we've shown in our early years in parenting. Yeah, we certainly could have been a lot more gentle with Tilly, and so she's got this really short fuse, but she's got such a sweet heart, and that's the hard part. Anyway, so she was saying to us she doesn't want to go to school because the teachers, she doesn't like what the teachers telling her to do things. I was like, oh, well, that's what teachers do, is they teach you how to, you do what the teachers tell you, because they're going to show you how to do things. She's like, yeah, I don't like it when they tell me to go sit in the timeout. I was like, oh, interesting. I was like, why do you go to timeout? I don't know. I couldn't get through to her. I don't know. Okay, darling, well, try and guess, because that's my next thing is have a guess. I don't know. Okay. And I'm like, on the other side, like there's this, like she's this portal to all this big problem going on and I can't get through her to it. And it's just like, oh. So, anyway. So it's been good. Yeah, I'll have to wrap up. Yeah, but anyway, so ended up not being, and she was shit scared to talk to the teachers about it. I had ended up talking to the teachers today about it at school, so it ended up being all good. But yeah, anyway, that was that.